Hey sweet soul, welcome back to Conscious Lifestyle Coaching. Today's message is how society teaches us to lie to ourselves. It teaches us to stop thinking for ourselves and to commit to certain ways of life, and we can take them as examples. We can take the structures and the pathways that are built for us as launching pads to who we really are. And when I say to be yourself or to think for yourself in your society, I don't mean that you have to go off grid. You don't have to go live on an island. You don't have to completely go rogue. You can master the society, the structures, the systems that are laying before you and overcome them. Be a part of it, and then also remain authentically you. When we try to put ourselves in a box, when we try to put God, universe, cosmic intelligence in a box, there's a type of stagnancy, a death that comes, and you will feel that. When you make a choice to follow a path and you're lying to yourself about it being really what you want, and maybe it was, maybe it is, but the universe, God, your soul knows you better than you know yourself. So you can think you want something and start taking the actions, the choices, and aligning your life to it, and that's fine. It's part of the journey. And then you find you start getting uncomfortable. You develop disease, maybe actual disease, and you start unraveling because what you thought was for you, what you thought was the path that you have convinced yourself or society has conditioned you to believe is the right way, you realize it's not meant for you. And you're supposed to have that experience. You're supposed to realize things into existence by recognizing when something doesn't feel right, when something is not right for you, and you can create something new, create something more, create something different, create something revolutionary, something with higher consciousness that can develop and move the consciousness of humanity, our collective, further towards more love and freedom. But we can't do that if we say yes to everything. We can't do that if we chain ourselves to ways of life that don't allow our spirit to feel free and loved and true. Society, at least American society, it has lots of addictions. It has lots of ways of thinking that maybe once were rooted in love, but can become corrupted and disillusioned. And so we see everyone around us living a certain type of life. We're told by our family, by our government to do something, to go to school, to become a lawyer or doctor, and to sell a certain type of drug, to write certain types of contract, to speak a certain way, dress a certain way, believe a certain thing. And we do that. And yet, maybe further down the line, we realize there's a inner death that's happening. When we realize we're not honoring our soul and staying true to ourselves. Because it is more scary to be true, to do something different, to stand out. The ego doesn't like that. It goes against the mechanisms of human survival. And yet at the same time, we need a biodiversity. We need new ways of thought. We need the neuroplasticity of the human collective, of people being unique and different, creating new businesses, creating art that makes us think, reflect, and make new choices. So if you're at war with yourself, maybe everyone in your family is an alcoholic or takes a drug, and it seems normal, it's the way of life. In fact, you're weird. You're different if you do not partake. And so you run the risk of isolation. You run the risk of a death to an identity, a self, and a whole life. Because you want to say no to something that doesn't align with your spirit, doesn't make you feel good. And you know it's not meant for you. And that's a brave thing to do, to say yes to something different. But we have to move into where our spirit feels free, where we can grow and have the freedom to grow and to explore ourselves. And you'll know when you've reached those choices that life, because they'll be fruit of love. And you get to define what that love is for you in your life. That's between you and God, universe. Because you have a specific vision for your life. Whispers from heaven, from the cosmos, in your secret garden space, God has whispered to you what you need to do in this life to help share that love. And oftentimes when we say yes to that mission and to that vision, we have to say no to many things. So if you're watching this video, I hope that you have the courage to say yes to your soul and say no when you know it doesn't align, it's not in integrity with the life you're trying to live. Especially if that life is for better health, happiness, joy, abundance. You can have all those things. You don't have to sacrifice those things. So that's the message. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being on the journey. If this resonates with you, please like the video, comment, subscribe, join the community. My website is consciouslifestylecoaching.com. I'm an author, poet, speaker, and healer. And we'll be back here soon. And I'll talk to you soon.